Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. And ladies and gentlemen, today, you guys are all going to realize why I call myself your narrator through the book of Revelation, because, quite frankly, they're letting you know their anti-human agenda. They're making the projections. They're making the technology. And they're letting you know way in advance how things are about to go. So please sit back, relax, and listen to the CEO of Blackrock, Larry Fink, let you know that humans are about to go obsolete.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations. Okay, that's something that most people never talked about. You know, we always used to think shrinking population is a cause for negative growth. But in my conversations with the leadership of these large developed countries that have xenophobic immigration policies, they don't allow anybody to come in, shrinking unemployment, shrinking demographics, these countries will rapidly develop robotics and AI and technology. And if the promise, I didn't say it's going to happen, but if the promise of all that transforms productivity, which most of us think it will, we'll be able to elevate the standard of living of countries and the standard of living of individuals, even with shrinking populations. And so the paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing. And the social problems that one will have in substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations. And so for those countries that have rising populations, the answer will be education, and so rapidly develop. You know, for those countries that do not have a foundation of rule of law or education, they're going to be left. That's where the divide's going to get more and more extreme.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me make something very clear. The reason I started off this video with that is because I've discussed time and time again how AI is going to make humans obsolete. How AI will also simultaneously usher in numerous other agendas like facial recognition, social credit, universal basic income, and central bank digital currencies. And instead of Larry Fink here talking about incentivizing having more children, he's stating, no, it's fine if you don't. We're going to be right here letting you know that all these machines are going to replace you. And this is going to increase productivity, quote unquote. Isn't it also interesting that there are no right of center AIs being developed? It's a lot of leftist AIs, isn't it? This, my friends, is going to be very concerning because, quite frankly, we have mass surveillance already, mass censorship already, and there is no counter to it in the technology space. Why is it that there are no conservatives building a right-leaning AI? And ladies and gentlemen, let me make myself clear. I'm not particularly political in any way, shape, or form. I don't really care. I think both sides of the two-party dictatorship are corrupt. But it's just an observation I've made. Ashley St. Clair provided this as a thought experiment for every single one of you. And it's just something to think about as we continue. And ladies and gentlemen, I posted in my most recent video speech about what I believe the new 1% should be. And I highly recommend you watch my previous video to get the entirety of that speech, as the only thing that AI won't be able to replace is the weight of human connection. AI cannot replace us coming together as one. And that's what you all need to realize. All of us coming together like this in the XRP community is what makes the new 1% the new 1%. And even Brad Garlinghouse acknowledges this, as he gave a shout out to the XRP Gold Coast Conference, as well as XRP Las Vegas is starting this weekend. And I hope all of you have fun at that event. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe the XRP Army is the greatest community of people in the world. And as we've been resilient throughout a lack of price discovery and this SEC corruption and lawsuit, we're about to step into our wealth and step into our power to become the new 1% and shake the planet to its core. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look on the world stage, we have to see how some of the things we've been discussing on this channel have been becoming a reality. Turkey confirms all trade is being halted with Israel over current tensions in the Middle East. And ladies and gentlemen, didn't we discuss this very thing about World War III tensions rising? People drawing lines in the sand, countries making their alignments based on all these conflicts, trade deals coming into play, sanctions as well. All of these are geopolitical events you need to be paying attention to, because these events lead to strong economic ramifications. And we're going to be seeing them very, very soon. Now, in regards to crypto specifically, we have the Hong Kong ETF going live. And something I just want you to understand is that when we compare that to the US Bitcoin ETF going live, immediately upon its launching, we saw a major pullback in the crypto market. We saw the exact same thing happening with the Hong Kong ETF. And I wonder just how much of a recovery we're going to see. Personally speaking, I think we are right around the local bottom of what we've just experienced in the crypto space. And I am very, very bullish on the entirety of 2024 heading into 2025. Too many people don't understand that healthy market pullbacks like we just experienced are massive market opportunities to buy. And I highly recommend, if you guys haven't done so already, to please subscribe to my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/thebearablebull, as I just posted a 15-minute long video discussing some important buy recommendations and why I weight my crypto portfolio the way I do. Ladies and gentlemen, this was posted recently, and it gives you the strategy you need in order to best navigate this market in 2024. Because as I discussed in my 100 reasons why XRP will hit new all-time highs video, hundreds of US banks may be at risk of failure. This was posted just yesterday on CNBC. And I discussed that very thing being a major reason for why XRP is going to be adopted. Ladies and gentlemen, numerous of these narratives that I've been discussing being XRP catalysts are happening simultaneously. And I can't stress enough how important that is. As not only did I discuss the bank failures, but I also talked about Nostro Vostro accounts. Here at Cybos, they discussed how Ripple has options to replace Nostro Vostro accounts. And when you hear some of the most important people in the world saying the same thing we've been talking about in the XRP community, you have to be reminded of how important and how correct the XRP Army has always been.
When we think about our business model, is that we got to simplify things. We have to take as many players out of the chain as possible. And I think that it caused you to step back and rethink. I think 20 years ago, if you wanted to move money cross border, you automatically think about a Nostro and Vostro arrangement, getting a correspondent and sort of going down that route. Now, as Charlotte mentioned, Visa has products. Ripple has options. There are myriad options out there to think about how you move money around the world on behalf of your clients. And so that's changed our mindset when we think about our.
Now, guys, I want you to understand something. The goal I want for this channel is for everyone to become super filthy fucking rich. But And making all that money, I want you to have purpose. The new 1% needs to be a conscious 1%. Because the XRP community has been right about so much. And we're going to be right about the XRP price. Ladies and gentlemen, Blockchain Backer has a little hopium for every single one of you. Currently, the XRP sentiment is similar to that post-SEC lawsuit during the bottom of the COVID-19 crash and numerous other peak capitulation moments. Sentiment is very rough, but Blockchain Backer got your back, and he says it makes a lot of sense. The rest of the market has never been more overvalued versus the XRP price throughout all of history, except once. And then, after that happened, glory came. Oh, that's damn right. I've always said XRP tends to move last, but it moves the fastest and the highest once it does. Here we are. We're at a pivotal moment, the final leg of the race. XRP is still suppressed, but not for much longer. Now guys, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to leave you with one of the original founders of Ripple, Chris Larsen, letting you know that Ripple's done it right from the beginning, with regulation in mind, and this has been a peak reason for why I've always been 100% confident that XRP will rise, and we will become the new 1%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Regulators have got to be there every step of the way. This fantasy that somehow this is going to bypass governments and bypass compliance, you know what? That's just BS. And you know what? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. That is a champagne problem with a bunch of rich young people that can sit there behind their computer screens and like block out a lot of bad things that can happen. So it just can't go that way. And so I think we're trying to think about that, try to be pragmatic about that, because that's the only way we're going to have impact. And if you look at people that are trying to support what's going on in the developing world, they are very much wanting to work. They're not trying to go around. They're trying to work within the system because they know that's how you're going to have impact.